So, you're just in time for My Tiny Kitchen. Today in My Tiny Kitchen, we're going to make a tequila lime chicken tostada, but we're going to make it with a twist. Today we're going to be cooking for a patient with dysphagia. Dysphagia is a difficulty swallowing, which can result from something like gastroesophageal reflux or a stroke or even cancer. There are 3 classifications of dysphagia. Dysphagia 1, a pureed diet. Dysphagia 2, a ground diet. And dysphagia 3 is more of a chopped diet. We are going to be doing this for a dysphagia 1 patient, so all of our different aspects are going to be pureed. So our salsa guac is going to be pureed tomatoes and avocado. We're going to have pureed chicken that is seasoned with tequila and lime. We are also going to have a base of polenta as our corn tortilla. Okay, so we're going to start by making the marinade. First, I have a skinless chicken breast, a half of a tablespoon of minced garlic, half of a tablespoon of olive oil, a fourth of a cup of tequila, juice of 1 lime, 1 jalapeno. Make sure there's no seeds. We don't want anyone to have a seed stuck in their throat. We also have salt and pepper to taste. So I'm going to put all of this in a big Ziploc bag. Try not to spill the olive oil. And I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper. Into this bag. And then zip it up. Take it all together. And then we're going to put it into the fridge to marinate for at least 8 hours, if not overnight. You can use less jalapeno if you want, if you're not a spicy person. So if you want to only use half or less, it's up to you. Hi, so our chicken has been marinating for about 8 hours. I'm just going to take it out of the fridge. Delicious. So on the stove, I have a small pan that's been greased. I'm just going to turn it onto a medium-high heat and drop our chicken onto it. I don't really want any jalapenos on it at this point, so I definitely don't want them in with the blender when I'm going to be blending it. Okay, so while that's cooking, let's start our polenta. Over here I have a pot of 1 cup of chicken broth and 2 cups of water. I'm going to turn it on high so that we can get that started boiling. Okay, so as you can see, our water is at a boil. I'm just going to take off the lid to put in the polenta. I'm going to whisk it in. So there's 1 cup. Definitely want to turn this down to low. And we're going to cover that back up and let it sit for 5 minutes. So while our polenta is cooking and our chicken, let's do some guacamole. So the first thing I'm going to do is chop up these avocado halves in order to make them fit well into the blender. I'm using a magic bullet. It's a great tool for pureed diets because you can do these little individual servings. I'm actually making a bit more than 1 serving because I really like guacamole. And I'm going to cut off this part because it's a little fibrous and I don't want anything to get caught. Alright, now we're also going to add a fourth of a cup of diced tomatoes. These are canned diced tomatoes because I didn't want any skin. That would be easily caught in someone's throat. This is 1 tablespoon of lime juice, and then 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic salt. Now we're just gonna puree this. While you're making this guacamole, make sure that you're still stirring your polenta occasionally because you don't want it to stick to the pot. Now once the chicken is done, take it out of the pan. I have it right now on my cutting board. We're going to chop it up so it fits nicely into the blender and it's easier to chop. Now you can also soak this with the chicken broth to make it nice and soft. Mine is already very moist because we marinated it, so it's all ready to go. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of chicken broth. It smells delicious. Alright, so now that we have our salsa guac, our chicken, and our polenta all finished, it's time to plate. So one of the fun things about making a dish for someone on a dysphagia diet is making it creatively look appetizing and like something they would normally eat. So since it's a tostada, I'm going to make the polenta nice and flat like a tortilla. Grab a little more. Okay. And sometimes people have actual shapes that they can put this mixture into that makes it more concrete, like a circular. You could use a cookie cutter and just put it inside the cookie cutter and then take it off so that it's in that shape. Next, I'm going to put in the chicken. There's also molds for the things like chicken to make it look like a chicken breast or even sliced chicken. But ours, I'm just going to put it on there like that. And then finally, our salsa guac right on top. Okay, it's time to eat. Taking a little part of everything. It's actually really good. Thank you for watching. This has been My Tiny Kitchen.
My tiny kitchen. It's my tiny